to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
The Sad Dads Club podcast episode. Oh, it's 360.
Is it 360?
Yeah, because it was 359 last week.
That's a lot.
360. It's a full circle.
It is.
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah, here we go. It is October 1st. You have 2 days to get your sleep in before the Taylor Swift album drops. So get your rest.
At our house, it's all about Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Melly has been like almost religiously. They went to Lady Gaga in San Francisco.
Right.
And since then, they have been almost religiously watching every live stream they can find, any live stream they can find that's decent.
Oh, yeah.
Of whatever show it is that's happening that night in whatever city. Mm-hmm. Chicago, New York, Miami, you name it, right?
So is she currently on tour right now?
Yeah.
Is it a world tour or domestic U.S.?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy.
Piper has a roommate that is a diehard Lady Gaga fan. She's like, we like Lady Gaga in this house. Yeah, absolutely. So Piper's like, well, so there's at least one roommate that can't be terrible because she's a Lady Gaga fan. I'm like, I enjoy me some Gagas, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we were over the. What day? I don't even remember what day. I think it was Saturday. Over the weekend, maybe a little bit before, we knew that the $7,500 EV credit.
Did you roll up in something new?
No.
Oh, okay.
The $7,500 EV credit was going to die yesterday.
Yes.
On Tuesday. So if you weren't aware, if you were ever planning on buying an EV, it just went up $7,500.
Yep. Or leasing. Yes.
Yeah. And so we were kind of like, well, the Cadillac has not been real.
Being nice.
Yeah, it hasn't been real.
Very temperamental of late. Okay.
Reliable. Right.
Okay.
And so we were in chat and whatever, kicking around stuff. Mm-hmm. And I would just lease a car just to have an electric thing. I would lease an electric thing just so I would have a reliable car for the next 2 or 3 years.
Sure. Right.
And also to kind of have that EV experience. I kind of think that's something worthwhile. Mm-hmm. And I'm not like a, diehard EV guy. Like I also have been looking at other gas vehicles to purchase.
Was that the Ford article that your son said? I think even said that leasing EVs is one of the more often more prevalent than purchasing because of first-time buyers are like, I don't know how this is going to...
Well, that and they lose so much value.
Right. I don't know how this is going to play, if I'm going to like this or not, so I will lease instead of purchase to own. Okay, so
we were kicking it around knowing that the $7,500 shit was going to go away.
Right. And
there were some stellar deals like Honda Prologue. You get it for under $200 a month.
Holy shit! Any down?
Yeah, $4,000 I think.
Okay.
And they even have. I think Honda even had a no payment option, which was another couple grand down.
Holy shit!
And then you had 0 payments on a lease, and you just return the car or buy it when you're done.
Right.
But so there was that, and I struggle with. I don't enjoy Hyundai products whatsoever.
Right.
Kia,
yeah,
Genesis, all 3 of those in my mind are out. Like I will never purchase another Hyundai. I didn't necessarily purchase that first car. That was my parents bought it, but I dealt with
all the repercussions of
Yeah, and that was in the late 80s. But also I commuted with a lady that owned a Hyundai, and that was not stellar. And I've seen a lot of people with Hyundais. They're just cheap. They're just like they're better than they used to be for sure. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah.
They're just cheaply made. They're under-engineered. Now, EV-wise, maybe they're great. I don't know. I just can't. I can't in good conscience do that. Elon Musk is a giant pile of shit. And so Teslas are out. I won't even consider them, even though I think the Model Y is pretty cool. So I'm narrowing down, right?
Yeah.
I'm very limiting myself. And then I tend to do this like to myself. So I understand that.
Yes.
I get it. But the Honda Prologue, the Chevy Blazer EV is kind of cool, even though it's the same thing as the Honda Prologue. Although reviews say that the Chevy version is better in many ways. I don't know. I mean, the Prologue is cool because it's a Honda, but it is a GM car.
Right.
When you open the hood,
right,
every label underneath there is GM.
Venus, when I told her that you had the check engine light and that your son said, "Fuck it, quick before the thing ends, go and get the," and she said, "Well, if that was you, and you were like, I'm stepping out of the house, I'm going to take advantage of this. Nothing about this whole situation is ideal. What are you going to go get?" And I went, and it took me a second, and I went, "I wouldn't like it, but probably a used Tesla." And she's like, "Oh no." And I went, bottom line is, I wouldn't be happy about it. And then we went back and forth about a couple other little things. And I went, and I'm still like rolling over in my mind, like, but if it was right, I'm like, the Rivian R1T and the R1S are too big for me, and it's too expensive, and I don't really have a need for something of that size right now. And then we went back on the test. She's like, "I can't believe you said," and I'm like,
I struggle with that.
Fundamentally,
they are.
I would not buy one new, but and then we, in the span of maybe like 2 minutes at the tail end of the conversation, I think we had gotten back to the house. The conversation was in the car, and I shut the door and I went, a Ford Lightning. I would get it, Ford F-150 Lightning.
That was considered as well.
And I said,
because you can get good deals on them.
Right. I'm like, I believe there are still the same rough, ridiculous type of incentives. If I had to,
because they're not selling.
Right. I'm not. Right. If I had, that's the middle ground. That would be you have to do a thing and be okay with the product, and not feel bad that you're giving something to a fucking Nazi as far as dollars. Yeah. And it has access to the supercharger network. It checks a bunch of boxes that I wouldn't be happy with, but I'd be happy to try the Ford Lightning.
The Ford Mustang Mach-E was on that list for me, but Shanna didn't like it.
The battery, I think I saw the battery pack in the article that your son sent. It wasn't. Was it an option for the $7,500?
I think they didn't have the $7,500. I don't really understand how it doesn't have it. But I think that Ford was offering their own incentive.
So I didn't. I would not. Venus says, I'm happy with the design of it, but I did not consider it. I was like, I would get the fucking Lightning. I would get the Lightning.
So this is all taking place, and then we were at Chandler's house. We borrowed his truck, and we had to go to Folsom. We had to go to Lincoln to pick up a table for Melanie. From like an estate yard sale thing. Yeah. And so we borrowed the truck, went up there, and then brought the truck back, and then we're driving home from Chandler's house, and the check engine light came on. And I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck? The check engine light just came on.
Were you driving or he driving?
I was No, this is in my car after we had dropped his truck off. And I'm like, God damn it. Here we are talking about trading it in, and that just kills your value when you take it in with a check engine light, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck? And so I get home and I get the reader out, and it's a underboost code, turbo underboost code, P0299, if you wanted to look it up. And so I'm like, God damn it, like, here's all the things it could be. So I'm like poking around, looking under the hood, like following all, is there like an obvious thing?
Hose or something.
And a couple of weeks ago, I had that PCV hose that went from the turbo to the top of the valve cover. It had a check valve that it connected to on the valve cover.
Yeah. And
that check valve was very loose on the valve cover.
Okay.
And so at the time I was like, oh, this is loose. Does that make a difference? And so I started poking around at that check valve, and I went to pry it out, and it broke because it's 96,000 miles, and it was plastic right on top of the fucking engine.
Heat cycles.
And so I start digging around and find out, oh, well, they expect you to replace this every 30,000 miles. What?
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
As someone, here's for context. As someone who had up until 2-3 weeks ago when I came over on the quick while you were replacing the one thing, who has heard you talk about replacing some of the hoses or connections in your Cadillac's engine bay and how brittle or stiff or some of the thing was. I have only had the context of you describing it to me. I have put my hands in a number of manufacturers' engine bays. Yeah. Of a number of different mileage cars, 125,000 plus mileage cars from the late 80s. Mima is an 89. I have had my hands in the guts of many engine bays. So to hear you talk about some of the crispy stiffness and formaldehyded hoses in the engine bay, I'm like, oh, well, sure. I mean,
they're brittle.
They're probably a little stiff.
Yeah.
Having had my hands on the same hoses that you were talking about or struggling with, I cannot emphasize enough that what is happening in that engine bay is something that I have not seen in any other car I have ever had my hands on.
It is bonkers.
It is.
So this
rubber hoses, silicone-ish hoses, gas lines, just breather hoses were stiff, like
crispy
to an like almost like a
non-flexible.
Yeah, a cast-like stiffness.
Yeah,
like
and if you press on it hard enough, it's just going to snap.
Yeah,
yeah,
very brittle.
So
anyway.
That was So I had replaced that PCV line that went from the turbo to this PCV check valve.
Okay.
And so the check valve just pries up. There's not a screw or a nut or a bolt that holds it in. It's just press fit with a O-ring.
Okay.
Into the top of the valve cover.
All right.
And so I get 2 pry bars, one from each side, and I'm like trying to just gently pry it up. And the thing about this check valve is it has a plastic. It's a plastic, and I'm going to say spring loaded, but the plastic is the spring loader. Okay. So there's like a squeezy plastic part that's separate from the housing.
Okay.
And its job is to keep the check valve from blowing out of the valve cover. So it's at the bottom of the PCV valve, and it goes in first, and then
we didn't lose anything.
This PCV valve that sits on the valve cover, it sits into the valve cover deepish, like 1.5 inches or more.
Okay.
And the bottom of it has this plastic spring loader thing that snaps in and prevents it from being blown out of the engine with too much pressure.
Okay.
But it's sealed with an O-ring at the top. So the top seals with an O-ring. The bottom has this pressure. So when I'm prying it out, that bottom plastic part shattered. It literally just shattered, and pieces fell.
Oh no! Into the crankcase?
Well, they fell onto a plate underneath the valve, which I was able to fish out with some needle nose pliers.
Okay.
So I got all the bits out.
Okay.
So I'm not worried about that.
All right.
The check valve was okay. Actually, when you shake it, it should make noise. It rattles.
Mm-hmm.
It was rattling. It was fine. So it wasn't like bad or anything. But what I think was happening was the O-ring that was on it was so hard and flat that it wasn't sealing.
Okay.
Now, whether or not that's the issue I'm actually having, I kind of don't think so.
Did you get a new valve?
I got a new valve.
Oh, okay.
I installed it.
Yeah.
It's fine. I have been through 3 shortish drive cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Short.
Yeah.
Not like over here. I mean, this is the longest I've driven it.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know if I ever...
is that where you drove over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm ever entering open loop versus closed loop or whatever they call that.
Okay.
For it to check and see if it's okay. But I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have to drive it some more, and probably next week, if the check engine light doesn't go out after fixing the PCV valve and hose, that I will take it into the shop and have it repaired. So the fucking bummer of it is the car fucked me from using it as my sell or trade-in.
Oh, yes.
For getting an electric thing, basically.
Would you have done it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If the check engine light didn't pop on.
Oh, yes. I would have done it.
So who... I need to circle back just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Was your son driving his truck to help pick up the table?
No, I was driving his truck.
What do you think of the truck?
It's a pickup. It drives like a pickup.
It's power plant, though. Like, was it...
Oh, I don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
It's a 4-cylinder turbo.
Right.
And it's fine. It sounds like a 6-cylinder. It feels like it could be a 6. I mean, it doesn't have any... There's no indication when you're driving it that it's not something bigger than what it is.
Okay. I'm just curious.
That's just
what
my
you thought
opinion.
of, like, how it drives from a truck perspective.
I mean, it drives like a truck.
Because that's where trucks are going. Trucks are going to Turbo 4s. The whole new Tacoma series, they've ditched the V6s. They are now Turbo 4s or Turbo 4 hybrids. The 4Runners are the same way. If you're looking to meet emissions shit at this point in time, unless you're going to pay $120,000 for a T-Rex or the Raptor R, you aren't getting big motors in a mid-size F-150 size truck anymore. They're V6s, turbo V6s, inline turbos, inline 6 turbos, or 4s.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people just buy pickups and use them for a daily driver. So to have an 8-cylinder engine in a daily driver just sucking gas is kind of silly.
Sure, but when you have trucks at size disparities of a Ranger versus an F-150, and you
might need the extra couple cylinders.
If you're choosing it as if you're not a blue collar construction or a trades type of thing, soccer mom buying an F-150 and wondering what happened to the V8, really, why shouldn't you actually probably be in the Turbo 4 Ranger anyway? Like if you're dailying a truck, I already have concerns and questions as to why you're in an F-150 or some sort of Super Duty when...
Well, I think the big difference is the interior space, right? I mean, the Ranger is a little snug on the inside. We've driven in it with the 5 of us, and it is a little, it's snug in the back, right?
If you were a family of 3, though,
no problem.
You're right.
You wouldn't need anything. Even 4, you would be fine.
And if you're 4, 2 of the 4 were tweeners or under, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
And if you're a young married couple with actually two, where you spend 80 to 90% of your time in it, you're probably also fine with the size capacity.
Yeah. But I was also going to say, not only did the Cadillac fuck me, but Donald Trump fucked me too.
Oh.
So fuck that guy.
With the removal of the...
Yes.
Oh, the big, beautiful bill, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So fuck that guy. But you know, I think I think the future is in, at a minimum, hybrids.
Yeah.
But I think electric is, I mean, as we move forward, I mean, maybe not for this administration, but like as we move forward, I think electric is where it's at. And I think probably at a minimum, maybe just some battery evolution to make a big difference from a charge standpoint and from a.
What day on the weekend did the Cadillac rethrow the check engine?
On Saturday, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it just screwed me.
So were you leaning to something before that happened?
I was leaning towards the Prologue.
Were you?
Yeah. And it's not because Chandler has one, but I've ridden in that thing plenty, and it's a nice car.
Yeah.
I don't have any trouble. It's got a Honda badge on it. You know, now whether or not you get the same level of service when you take it to the Honda dealer and actually have it looked at, I don't know, but you know, that's besides the point.
Right.
And it has drawbacks, and it has its pluses and minuses, but really, just for me, it's like, well, I can charge it in the garage. There are times where I don't leave the house for 4 days in a row.
Right. Someone like you in a lease is probably not all that much of a hardship anyway. Like your commute time where you're at in your current career, you are less vulnerable to a lease that has mileage limits than if you were still dailying to Grass Valley.
Right.
You'd be like, well, sure, I'm not making payments. By the time that this 2-year thing hits its end, I'm going to be grotesquely over in mileage.
Right.
But for now, I don't have to think about that.
Right.
But eventually that would probably, and I'm sure a number of consumers probably just don't think about that.
Yeah, they just pay whatever it is and just move on.
The balloon at the end, or they, yes, I'm happy to rotate into another lease for another thing, and it's like your son and rolling into new phones, prior to him getting married, and then he started to see, but some people roll into new leases with new cars to escape the same type of mileage limitations of lease contracts.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever. I can't unsee that stuff. I would always be like, well, I'm going to owe tons. Like, here's my daily mileage.
Well, you're also a person who doesn't drive a lot. Right. So for you,
now,
it would be, for now.
Yeah, but for unemployed.
You, but for you, for many, many years, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Right.
You know,
when I looked at, because I think Venus had, her first Explorer was lease. And she was doing the payments on that. So I can't recall 100%. But, she would do mom errand stuff all the time. Her mileage was ludicrous.
Yeah.
And it often like, whoa, what's going to happen at the tail end of this? You would
just park it if you're worried about it.
Shuttling kids around is a thing. For single parent homes with a car that's on a lease, like they know exactly what I'm talking about. In only probably just looking at it from the outside.
Yeah.
There is a lot of mileage in shuttling your kids around.
Yeah.
Practices, band practices, play dates, school.
Grocery shopping.
external activities to keep the kids fucking busy.
Yeah.
So you don't choke them out.
Yeah.
Hashtag never happened. So, and we're a household that can make those ends meet.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what would happen for a household that like struggles with that. And then you just end up in the perpetuating a never-ending cycle of lease and release.
Yeah.
Lease and release.
Well, if you look at it like you're always going to have a car payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the perpetuation of releasing cars or leasing cars over and over again, like releasing one and turning it in and getting a new lease.
Yeah.
First of all, you get like that, oh, you're a return leaser? Cool. Here's the special deal for you.
Oh, sure.
You get those.
Right.
So you're getting a little bit better deal on the return and the lease of a new thing after the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it as like you're always going to have a car payment of some kind, if I buy a car or if I lease a car, then it's just money for your transportation. Really?
Yeah.
It's just like
it's a bus pass.
Yeah, basically. That's how I've kind of thought about it. Like I think about it like that. However, I don't like the idea of having a car payment.
Right.
Or like I don't want a fucking $450, $550, $600 car payment. I think that's just outrageous.
Right.
For me personally, I just I could afford it. I just don't want to do it.
Right.
I just think it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so when you start getting into cars that are $30,000 to $35,000 or more, and you're buying them, and maybe your down payment's only $5,000 or $6,000, your payment's pretty hefty at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm just not. That's why we were looking at a Volvo XC90. Like I was looking to get a used XC90 at one point, and their resale, they tend to hang on to their resale value. And so when the resale is $40,000 or 36 or whatever it is, well, your payments are still pretty good size, when you're only going to be putting down $5,000 or $6,000, So it's like, I don't want that kind of payment. I just don't.
What makes it awkward too is if you're someone that has had a vehicle. Our generation probably knows this experience more than those under us. And that's primarily because of time, but also probably the financial lessons that we've learned since. And that is, if you've ever paid off a car loan
and then not had a payment,
yeah, you can't. It's another one of those you can't unsee. Well, yeah, but
suddenly now
every month I've had $500 unspent dollars,
right?
And I've had that for 2 years, man. But that car, I get a boner every time I look at that car. And I'm financially stable. I should be able to make that happen. And then you're like, okay, so I'm going over here to that. I could put this amount of down, and what's the current interest rates? And okay, so what would be, and this is the cost of the car. And so what's my monthly calculated loan payment for a 5-year loan? Oh, no, absolutely not. Never mind.
0 to 100 and nothing flat, right?
And I'm done.
Yeah. That's where
and a lot of that comes from,
yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't have a car payment right now, so I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
We have two.
There's a struggle.
Yeah. And we have two cars that are paid off, right? Yeah. So it's like, to go from 0 to 100 yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I have no payments now. Let's go to a big payment?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, I don't.
Some of the stuff on occasion I see in TikTok from your son or just random in my feed about, some of these cars that are not even the $100,000 fucking Hellcat Raptors and T-Rexes.
Oh, yeah.
The shit even in the 60s and 70s where people are like, hey, Bill, what's your car payment?
Oh,
He's like, $970. Oh, fuck you. Haha. Mine Mercedes there on the BMW M class is fucking $1,152. And you're like, No.
Dude, that's my house payment.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
I cannot even fathom I can't.
Yeah.
And then I look at I'm like, yeah, I'm happy to be driving this 2012 fucking Miata with 60 something thousand miles.
Well, I mean, with the warranty on the Cadillac at this point, it's still cheaper for me to just go get it fixed than it is to have a payment for the next 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it like that, however, the warranty will end at some point, and so
right.
Then
the Dodge, I was driving it when the Dodge 2004 hit 75,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, but paid for.
Right.
Miata, paid for.
Right.
Venus just got the Crosstrek, so it's not paid for. But she could. We've discussed. She's like, well, I could pay it off if we needed to. Penny, I went July, August, September, and then I went, yeah, I can't do this anymore, and just paid it off. I'm like, I don't like seeing that amount of money just
right.
Now, obviously, once you pay off the fucking full balance of the loan, you're like, yeah, but that's way bigger than a monthly payment. But I just need to see it go. I need to own it. Mima's paid for. The Z is paid for.
Yeah.
There is a different type of apprehension from being financially responsible, having some of your automotive things paid for, and yet simultaneously looking at new stuff or wanting to be an adopter of what's coming down the pike and going, I do not like that amount of required outflow.
Yeah.
Like that. It does something weird to my wallet.
Now, the other negative part is if we had traded it in or sold it and gotten a lease, that just puts you on a clock for a 2 or 3 year lease. Now, at the end of 2 or 3 years, now you've got to make a decision. You're hard set to buy your lease, trade your lease in and lease something else, or buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tough.
Right. And then you've got the shenanigans of that. I don't know the current lease term durations. Is it 2 years? It's
two or 3 years.
2 or 3 is the common.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to see any sort of substantive financial helping federally.
No, not for this.
In the length of time left before that lease would be up.
Yeah.
So even if you were going to pull the trigger on something at this point, given what we know
in 3 years,
in 2000,
you're still fucked.
Yeah. In 2025, you would need to wait almost at a minimum until 2027 to bank on a different administration putting something in place.
We're still 3 years away.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if you wouldn't be able to do something next year, but you could wait until probably 2027, but you're banking on...
Well, 3 years from now would be 28.
Okay.
So this administration would end in over 3 years.
Where are we at? 2025.
25. So 28.
28. So you need to make it to 2029?
And that assumes that
the new administration
would kick it in again. Yeah. That's an assumption.
It's way far. And then 6 years later, what do you have? California's 2035 mandates on internal engines anyway. So you...
Yeah.
2029.
Yes.
Is where you're looking based off of, because I don't see any needles moving with this administration.
Oh, no.
Listen, as much as I would like to beat over the head the administration, domestic American car companies lobbied for this clawback of federal subsidies for EVs and EV purchases and leases, as well as much as the administration is in the back pockets of big oil. So this is, like I said, as much as I would like to beat on the head of the administration, the guys that want you to be buying gasoline engines did their fair share of, just make that EV shit not as fun to look at or affordable. And that's unfortunate.
Well, the bottom line is EVs are expensive vehicles in general.
Sure.
And so post incentives, they're going to be a hard sell.
Well, and
unless the manufacturers are putting in their own incentives.
Here's where I find some of that disconnect problematic, and that is globally, the rest of the world is moving to that technology and doesn't seem to be struggling or requiring federal subsidies to make that adoption happen.
Because everywhere else in the world, it's a known thing that global warming is a problem.
Right. So you've got price points that seem to be attractive. Federal or however your government is being run overseas, the lack of requirement for subsidies, these things are affordable. And a lot of the problems with domestic United States onboarding of EVs is a cultural problem. I need big. I need powerful. I had to explain that to my daughter. She's like, I don't get it. The whole Tim Allen.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing? Me and my dad went off on a tangent.
But the other thing I think about,
so it's weird. I don't understand.
Well, the other thing I think about too is with EVs, it's a lot of electronics, which are typically fairly cheap nowadays, right? Mm-hmm. And the number of parts and pieces it takes to build an EV is far fewer than a gas motor, than a gas car. So if you're a manufacturer that is able to shift all of your manufacturing over to EVs, your build-out cost seems like it would be far cheaper in the long run. As you build more EVs, your costs are going to drop because there's fewer things that go into them. You don't have thousands of parts that go into a transmission or an engine and the exhaust and all the shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's literally electric motors and a computer that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the number of parts in general lend itself to being a cheaper build in over time. Like the initial development cost is going to be high because you got to develop the chassis and the batteries and like the computer system and all that stuff. But once all that stuff's built, you can build thousands and thousands of cars and your costs are going to plummet. So it's like we're sort of like caught in that like masculine dick swinging, V8 engines. There's no replacement for displacement. Well, bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Did you see the new fucking? I just sent you guys a video on that new, the new minivan / SUV that they came out with.
Oh yeah,
the
Polestar. No.
The Lucid Gravity. Holy shit. There's the top tier of that thing's 1,100 horsepower. And it will do like 450 miles on a battery. Yeah. That thing's bonkers.
These things,
so for like we're talking performance standpoint,
yeah,
you're not even. It's instant. It's go now. It's not fucking wait for the pistons to start rolling. It's far less maintenance. It's far cheaper to run. They're in time will be cheaper to build.
I feel like that's almost where the generation under us is moving to anyway. This concept of needing to do maintenance or keeping up to date on maintenance cycles is almost far and away something that's just I don't understand. Like what?
I never even opened the hood. What do you mean I have to change the oil?
I don't understand. Like the the attention span, I am so sorry to my kids. The attention span to the generation under us doesn't seem to lend itself to being able to allocate time to maintenance of your vehicle.
Yeah.
So listen, I tell you what, I'm going to give you a fucking cheat code. If you buy something with less fucking parts that doesn't need maintenance,
yep,
and the only thing you have to worry about is maybe bearings and making sure you fucking
and shocks and tires,
plug
and
it in,
Yeah.
And then every Halloween when the thing comes around, you hit the little update and it does cool lights and stuff, and you're like, oh shit, I got an update. And then at Christmas,
look, it's ghost mode.
Oh shit, it fucking does this, and there you go.
Yeah,
there, problem solved.
Yeah,
but yet we can't get past this part.
No, because you know why?
Tell me.
Because you got to have a pickup truck bed,
right,
where you can put your Trump flags in the back, and then have black smoke coming out the side on a guy who's fucking just trying to ride his bike.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You got to be smoking somebody out. You got to coal roll somebody, whether it's a biker or a guy driving a Tesla. Coal roll them.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that, do you have a dick?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very small. I tell you.
And that's spelled S-M-O-L.
Yeah.
Small.
Small, because anything else will get us demonetized.
I mean, it's like we're in this backwards world right now. I don't understand. Like, how we
and
got
you know what's
here.
frustrating too is that even my dad is frustrated. Whatever his news intake is on like energy stuff, he gets like a lot of like solar stuff.
Okay.
He is aware that globally we're behind. He got fed something. It was some BYD Chinese EV thing, and he came. It was last Friday or the week before. And he was like talking about. He's like, so tell me about this company and like these Chinese. I'm like, we're behind, Dad. He's like,
yeah.
Well, like how far? And I said, the thing that you saw is something that's not available here, but is available everywhere else, and they're widely accepted as quality products.
Yeah,
those cars are doing well because China is already embedded into those advancements. They're beating us on the software. They're beating us on the battery chemistry. They're beating us on longevity. They're beating us on the motors.
Time to market.
Yeah. The factories are already cranking, regardless of what you think about the labor involved in doing that and a dictatorship. But the bottom line is the products are being sold everywhere else, but not here. And there's this head in the sand mentality of, well, it's because it's not a thing. It's, EVs are for woke liberal fucking tree hugging bitches. And no one with a
said every Cybertruck owner.
Right. No one with a wang that's usable in length has any concern about the adoption of EVs. Globally,
yeah.
Everyone's on the tit.
Well, the pinnacle of EVs in the US market is Tesla.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have surpassed Tesla. They are making vehicles technologically that are superior to what Tesla's doing.
Yeah.
Now, and if you don't believe me, do the research for yourself and
poke around for some of their products.
Look at the Chinese car manufacturers and see what they're doing.
It's entirely possible some of the stuff that I have seen is lipstick on a pig. It wouldn't last 2 years in like common daily use. That's entirely possible. Oftentimes when I see some of that stuff, those reviews of like someone overseas or someone over here that's got like an imported knockoff and they're a 1%er type of thing. Like, yeah.
A Chang-Li pickup?
Yeah, but like, what's the longevity? Like, it looks absolutely stunning. Yeah. It looks like Rolls-Royce caliber inside, and you're like, yeah, but how long is that going to last? Like, are the stitches going to give out in a year and a half of like fat-ass American going in and out?
Well, where I would be concerned about that more than anything else would be in a gas car. Like I talked about Hyundai. Look at Hyundai.
Yeah.
They got problems with cars burning down and shit,
thing.
right?
Yeah, yep.
So it's like, I would be more worried about a gas car coming out of China, South Korea. I would be more worried about a gas car than I would ever be about the longevity of an EV that came out of China. Because you don't have no oil, no fuel. There's nothing to like, batteries. That's your only, that's the only long pole is the battery. As long as the battery's safe, they got you from a technological advancement standpoint.
Yeah.
They got us.
Well, a lot of those too, like the Kias and the Hyundais, the South Korean products that are coming out of there. I think a lot of the headspace of those owners and that market of a localized Kia ownership in South Korea, those people are doing or are capable of dropping subframes. And like it's still like a commonplace, I'm just gonna fuck around and like fix this thing. That may work over there. Over here, as we just said like 5 minutes ago, the American headspace of maintenance alone is problematic. So
yeah, especially with the younger.
So then you're like, well, and they've got us by the balls. Yeah. You have a generation gap of people that are no longer capable of, yes, this car was made on the cheap. It was extremely affordable for a middle income or less income household in America, and that's why it's great. But if something goes wrong, that household is not in the same place as a South Korean household where you're like, yeah, we're just going to drive this up to the garage and we're just going to throw a bunch of shit at it and fix it. The American households are like, well, I have to take it to the dealership. And the dealership is going to be more than happy to keep it for 2, 3, 5, 6 days and bill you $1, $2, $3, $5, $700 or more to do an alternator because it's wrapped in a way that is not you aren't doing it.
Yeah,
your dealership is.
Yeah,
if you're in South Korea, maybe they're doing it, but in America you're not. And so now you're in the place where we are. Well, yeah, your products might be better than we knew them in the 80s, but the consumer is way far from being able to do the things that you could do in the 80s or 90s when you were like, yeah, okay, well, I'll just fucking put this thing on blocks and I'll fix it this weekend.
Just look at just open the hood of any engine vehicle, right? Ice internal combustion vehicle. And look how stuffed the bay is.
Yeah, it's nuts.
The bays are stuffed nowadays.
Yeah.
And so unless you're a trained technician, a lot of times you're not going to, you look under there and go, oh, damn, I got to remove how much to get to that thing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's tough. And I think only there's only a handful of manufacturers that are conscious of the after services. Honda.
Yeah.
Maybe Toyota. Even they're starting to get away from, like, the packaging for the manufacturing process is starting to outweigh the service industry. So it really depends on the vehicle's manufacturer, but there are some out there that do consider the service industry like your aftercare rather than just build the car and fucking sell it and get it out the door.
Yeah.
But
in the engine bay of the Dodge. They're changing out the air filter before I took it to tires.
Yeah.
And, it's 2004. I open up the hood. One, I can stand on the bumper.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Yeah.
But I can see the ground.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you can get in there.
I have plenty of room to fuck
for
around.
Activities.
Yeah, right. To some degree, I can do that in Mima. And Venus's chassis on the Crosstrek is, it's also used for a V6 power plant. So her having the Boxer 4, it does afford more space.
Yeah.
But as we talked at length, every other modern car that I've had, it's stuffed.
They're packed.
It's stuffed.
Yeah.
It's congested with space.
Yeah. It's tough, man. So,
so you didn't buy an EV?
I didn't get anything. I still have the fucking Cadillac. And that's not to say I don't enjoy driving the car, because the driving experience is what made me want to buy it.
Yeah.
The way it drives, the way it handles, like all the stuff about how the car feels.
So you still have,
is wonderful.
Based off that article, you still have options, right? You could get the GM version of the Prologue, the Blazer. Does GM have a brand of it too, and it's a Chevy Blazer?
They have the Blazer EV is the same,
right?
Is the same car as the Prologue, basically.
But is there a GM version of it too, since GM and Chevy are like one and the same?
I don't think so. I think no, but the Acura electric thing is also the same car. I don't know if there's another GM thing that is based off the same chassis or not.
So if you could clear the code and it was stabilized, the only thing you really have as an option that still would get you the $7,500 credit is the GM stuff or the Ford things.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on now. I haven't looked because it's pointless at this point to really be looking.
It would be weird that none of the other manufacturers didn't see what Ford and GM were doing with the shenanigans.
That's kind of wild.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It would be weird that no one else went, well, what if we just
bought our own shit?
So we get the $7,500 back. We got to get these off the lot. Like I said in the chat, you can't tell me that there aren't a number of dealerships nationwide that are now looking at a bloated inventory of EVs
that they're not going to be able to sell.
That are now $7,500 more expensive.
Yeah.
And if California can't come up with the budget to make $7,500 work for the stretch of the rest of the year, then I guarantee you Texas isn't, and Ohio isn't, and New York isn't. Yeah. So that means nationwide, there's a whole bunch of dealerships that are fucked with $7,500 extra price increased EVs across the board.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary for the manufacturers.
Yeah.
In addition to tariffs that they're probably paying on all the fucking parts that are coming from overseas.
Right.
We're in a bad place, man.
And
I'm hearing about job market shit that's going sideways.
3+ years left.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm trying not to touch stuff.
I know. It's it's interesting time. Interesting, sad time. I'm very frustrated with.
You don't
what's
even
happening.
have a beard. What do you have to worry about?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, the Pete Hegseth thing.
Oh,
of the military banning beards. You have to be clean shaven.
Now, I will say this: we have a neighbor whose daughter just got promoted to, I want to say, major.
Okay.
Major. I want to say. Is she a major? No. Anyway, she is like the overseer of all the people on whatever base this is.
Okay.
And now we're hearing shit like, oh, females are stupid and dumb and lame, and they can't do the same shit as men.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what? she's a career at this point. She's 34-ish and just moved for this position. You know,
PT test twice a week, twice a month, something. Daily PT exercises, clean shaven. If you're in combat positions, you have to pass a physical aptitude test of a standardized male.
Has Pete Hegseth passed any?
No, there's like a running joke where he can't even do a real pull up. Him and Kennedy did some sort of some challenge of like a bunch of push-ups.
Who can do the most meth
push-ups? And chase that dragon, dog. Pete just does it on vodka, and he's on video
struggling,
doing in CrossFit. It is for me, it is a running joke to see these clean and jerk where you're throwing.
Yeah, just get it quick as possible.
Yeah, and you don't even make it what I know as a pull-up is this slow, exhausting fucking maneuver where you put your chin up over the bar, and if you get your chin to the bar, that's it.
Yeah.
When you're doing CrossFit and you're
you're kicking your legs to get up over.
It's like a kip almost, where you're holding on the bar and you're like, that
I got it.
It's like a fucking
2, 3,
some sort of seizure experience visually.
Yeah.
And he's doing a bunch of those, and the comments are just like, that's not even. Those aren't even. Did you do one? You would have to.
Because honestly, that's the deal you would do. The whole feet kick shit is if you were struggling.
Yeah.
To fucking do it for real, I gotta get.
Yeah.
You know.
And you're like, struggling, bubby.
I mean, I can't talk. I can't do.
Well, you're not in the services. So
I'm also not president.
Yes, you're right. You're not the commander in chief. So, as you're looking around the room and you're trying to say that you need to set standards for what it means in decorum, physical aptitudes, and you're like, well, are you gonna lead by example? No.
Every day it's some new bullshit. But really, what we really want is just to release the Epstein files. Can we just do that?
Yeah. Are we still distracting?
Yeah, it's all a distraction.
I have a thing.
Okay.
So you may have seen this in the news.
I don't know if I did or not.
On September 18th, during a public comment period of a Davis Joint Union High School District Board of Education meeting in Yolo County, a local parent activist named Beth Bourne undressed to a bikini.
Okay, I have not heard of this.
To protest the district's policy allowing students to use bathrooms and locker rooms that align with their gender identity. So if you're wondering why that would play into this conversation at all, because that is the same sort of conversation and parental scare fear-mongering that happened at the Roseville Joint Union High School District meeting, school board meeting, that Xander and I attended, but the general conversation was about how the privacy and safety of girls and the locker rooms was being endangered because the people who were identifying as female were going to be predating. Were going to be...
They're going to be predators.
Predators in the locker room.
Yeah.
So, we are weeks removed from that episode where we talked about that on here.
Yep.
I was, if you recall, extremely passionate about the transphobia that happened. And also, since I wasn't prepared for what was on the agenda, I didn't know that that's what was going to be talked about. And I felt underprepared and incapable of defending common sense in the moment.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, man, now I need to track this whole concept because I would like to speak and make sure that this gets followed up on because the school board at the time locally punted it.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we don't have to adopt these mandates. There's no timeline, but the state law is in effect, but we don't have to codify these on a timeline yet. We'll get there. So they punted at the meeting. So, hey, man, I'm busy. I am a happy, sad dad in moving my daughter out for college. My son is very busy. I'm busy helping my son, as is my wife in his current senior year at high school. And while this thing is very important to me, it started to slip off my radar.
Yes.
Because
as it does.
Because it meant me having to remember and know and stay reminded as to when the Roseville Joint Union High School District school board meetings were going to be held, but also whether or not it was going to be on the agenda so that I could speak to it or at least be in the audience when someone started to pop off so that I could remind everyone about the common sense of what was supposed to happen. So, again, minding my own business. And then, of course, I get fed on my brand new OS updated smartphone of nondescript fruit-like manufacturer of some woman in the Yolo counties, blah, 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 stripping down to a bikini because of what is effectively the same protest.
The same argument.
Right. So I can only surmise that this is the same sort of context, that this school board has on its agenda the same thing that was on the Roseville school board meeting, and that is the adoption of the policies that the state has implemented that surround something that is not actually about gender identities being in the locker rooms. It is probably about the policy that it's updating sexual harassment code updates or mascots. And the rest of these families are all picking up on this, and someone has tossed into their feed that it means the school board is voting on whether or not transgender or gender identity conflicted students can go into a girl's locker room. So you get this woman, parent, mother, I don't know, or just insane, batshit crazy person, walking into a school board meeting thinking she's going to move the needle by making the school board uncomfortable as she gets down to a bikini. So the rest of the article. So Vice President Hiram Jackson, who presided in the board president's absence, repeatedly warned Bourne that she was disrupting the meeting and recessed the proceedings twice. Trustee Cecilia Escamilla Greenwald later told the Vanguard that police were called, Bourne was asked to leave, and that the board would consult counsel about handling similar disruptions, stressing that the conduct was very inappropriate. The direct trustee statements were the clearest on the record reflections from board members themselves, as reported by the Davis Vanguard. The Los Angeles Times picked up the article. Our local CBS station picked up the news. So, in short, the incident occurred during a public open comment. The board twice recessed on disruption grounds. So they interrupted her as she started to undress, and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. So they gavelled and recessed and told her to handle your shit. You can't be doing that. They came back out.
She did it again.
She came back up to finish her 3 minutes. As we've discussed, there was like a 90-second or 3 minute. She had 3 minutes. She started to finish her 3 minutes, and she continued to get undressed to make her protest. And they went, nope, 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 nope. And they recessed again, called the cops, and then we're like, okay, now we're fucking done because you can't follow orders. So, what that means is that with my being unable to properly, I can no longer let it sit. So, the thing that I have to say, I have written as if I were to be speaking
at a board meeting?
At a board meeting that I will most likely be unable to attend because it's a little too busy. I'm trying to get a job.
You're a sad dad.
hey, man, Dad, there's mortgage payments need to get made.
Right.
But I have had extensive conversations about this with my kids, with my wife, with you, with random people who may be downloading this. This shit is important to me. So, I will continue to hope that I might catch a needle in a haystack opportunity to speak to this in the moment. But if I can't, I will say this into the ether here. And here we go.
Let's let it be heard.
Let's let it be heard. Okay. So this is if I were to be speaking at the Roseville Joint Union High School District Board. Madam President, members of the board, and neighbors, we've heard a lot of fear in recent weeks. Some of it comes from misinformation, some from understandable concern, and let's be honest, some from bias. But our responsibility tonight isn't to amplify fear. It's to lead with facts, law, and the simple promise that every student belongs. You've been told these policy updates are dangerous, that they take something away. The truth is they don't. Our girls don't lose safety, our athletes don't lose opportunity, our families don't lose rights. What these updates do is make a promise that every student in this district, straight or gay, cisgender or transgender, black or brown, Christian or atheist, belongs here. Not tolerated, not hidden, belongs. Because when a student walks onto our campuses, they feel the full weight of who they are. And your oath on this dais is to run schools where every student can learn without fear, without shame, and without the constant question, do I really count here? Here are the facts about your authority and your duty. First, a local board cannot vote away state or federal law. California's permissive powers rule lets you set local policy, but only when that policy is not in conflict with any law. You can refine implementation. You can't nullify statutes. I have cited an education code for reference. Second, majority of the full 5-member board, yes, 3 votes, is required to take action. Abstentions don't reduce the threshold. You still need 3 affirmatives for anything to pass. So effectively, the Roseville Joint Union High School District needs 3 yeses to pass. The rest of them can abstain or vote no or not be there. Doesn't matter. But
and how many board members are there?
There are 5 currently. Okay. Third, 2 statewide anchors govern the policy at issues. AB 1266, students must be allowed to use programs, activities, bathrooms, and locker rooms consistent with their gender identity. AB 1955, the Safety Act, districts, county offices, and charter schools may not enact or enforce forced outing policies. Employees can't be required to disclose a student's gender identity without the student's consent unless otherwise required by law. What if the board refuses to implement or declines to enforce these laws? Any contrary local rule is invalid on its face. Staff remain bound by state and federal law, and courts have shown they will enjoin non-compliant policies quickly. Families can file uniform complaints. Adverse decisions can be appealed to the California Department of Education with corrective orders and monitoring. Under California Government Code 11-135, the state may curtail funding to discriminatory programs under Title IX. The U.S. Department of Education can require corrective action and, after due process, refer for federal fund termination if violations persist. Effectively, you lose state funding, you are in legal jeopardy, and can lose federal funding if you get parents to convince you that you can vote no on these things that are state law. This is an abstract for Roseville Joint Union High. Your own 2024-2025 adopted budget shows that $3.88 million in federal revenue and substantial state LCFF and categorical dollars are all tied to compliance with anti-discrimination law. Why would you risk those funds or invite litigation costs by passing illegal or unenforceable local rules? Parents in this room love their kids. So do I. But fear cannot be our policy framework. The law sets a floor of dignity and non-discrimination. Within that floor, you do control implementation that helps everyone. Privacy curtains and optional single-use changing areas are available to any student. Clear complaint procedures, staff training on respectful, lawful responses, and transparent communication so families understand what the rules are and why. So here's the choice before you. We can model that Roseville stands for lawful, workable, dignifying solutions, or we can chase illegal, performative policies that will be enjoined, cost money, and hurt kids while teaching them that fear runs this room. Please choose leadership. Affirm the policies that align with state and federal law. Direct the superintendent and Title IX team to keep implementation strong, privacy forward, and audit ready. And tell every student, by your vote, that they count here. Thank you for your service to this community.
Nice.
I don't know if that was 3 minutes or less. I hope so.
Did you time it?
No. Anyway.
I think it was 12 minutes.
I feel good. Now I feel better. I don't know.
You're getting it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to a thing, meeting.
I really, really, really want to go and say.
Here's the deal. I never could understand people who would want to take on those kinds of actions, right? Be on a board, go to the board and speak out. Like, I understand their reasons, but I'm like so kind of introverted to a certain extent. Like me personally, I would struggle with that. But then I watch my wife go to her union meetings as a union leader / advocate. It's how shit gets done.
Yeah. Well,
like, if you're not willing to participate, then you just have to take what you get, right?
And here's part of what the whole thing in Davis is weird to me. I am not saying that people of that perspective or that opinion are wrong, or that perspective is wrong. Your audience and what you're doing is not constructive to your what you want to advocate for. I'm all for protest, but you are not going to get a school board in the state of California to vote no, or to stop those wheels from moving by going into a school board council meeting and stripping down to your underwear, or stripping down and being naked, or trying to guilt the school board like they were at Xander's and I's meeting by saying that this is on your heads, that you will go down in history as the ones that voted yes for this. That school board has no choice.
Yeah.
They are going to rubber stamp this based off of what the audience and what I heard, in a 3-2 yes, no, or 3 yes and 2 abstain,
or whatever,
because they have to. Unless you're somehow going to fund the entire school district with your righteous lottery winnings to the tune of $5+ million, the state board school district still needs to adhere to state law.
Right.
So they could vote no, but then your teachers are now, anyone who's in a union on campus still has to uphold state law just because your school board said no.
And now you have opened yourself up to lawsuits from the state and whatever else.
So this whole charade about...
It's performative.
Yes. To try and guilt a school board into voting no because your conscience or your beliefs or your faith says it's totally wrong.
There's options.
There are options.
And one of those would be private school.
Turns out.
Oh, they can't either.
No, because the state law still requires some of the discriminatory things would still apply. The John Adams
Academy.
Yes.
Yeah, don't ever drive by there during pickup time.
Is still required to adhere to the discriminatory practices. Fun fact. Did not know that.
Even though it's private school, huh?
So if you want to change, if you're someone that's concerned about the safety of girls and transgender identity students on campus, you move that needle by getting officials elected to the state house and state senate and a governor that will undo that 2014 law. Going and getting naked in front of a school board does nothing.
Just makes you look ridiculous.
You're just making, and you're wiping away decorum. You're making yourself look like an uninformed ding-dong. I'm all for protest. I am saying you can have your opinion. You can have however you got there with your opinion. But if you want to move the needle, you need to get your state officials elected that share your perspective. And they will make those changes. But
I don't want that.
But I wouldn't want that either. I'm already struggling with this fucking bullshit. Like these things, that bathroom, locker room thing has been on the book since 2014. Why are we still here 11 years later with these misinformed people that think that somehow they're going to stop that?
And that this is a new thing.
Yeah, this isn't new. They've been this way. No, it's not happening. Like, please protest elsewhere. The school board needs to get shit done. You probably need all kinds of facilities, some coordinating of your arts programs, your sports programs. Your kids need a message so that they can go to school and they can get an education. Just quit fucking around.
I would love to hear the side conversations those board members have after that. Like,
oh yeah,
they're like off the, you know what I mean, off the
oh yeah,
bench
when they're not on the
when they're like talking about this shit afterwards. Like, are they chuckling?
Which one of you does the yes? Listen, the church is going to hang me if I put yes. So okay, ready? You and me. Fuck. Okay, I'm the yes.
Yeah, it's weird to think that because it's a state law that the boards have to even vote this stuff in. It should just be passed right in. It shouldn't even be.
Yeah, it is
it's
weird.
Sort of a weird,
because that was when I left that meeting and I left that one podcast where we discussed it. I was still confused. Like, okay, so to what end does the school board control what policies are enforced?
This is a thing that is state law, so it's like it should be automatic no matter what.
Fundamentally, the only way to really get around it, homeschool.
Yeah.
Charter schools, private schools still, in some degree, are still baked into state law for discrimination only.
And even then, like it doesn't guarantee that your child might not be gay or trans.
Right. Right. It ain't going to fix that. And
you might be sharing a bathroom with them.
Right. What are you going to do then?
Yeah.
Yo.
So
I was cruising. I was like, I can just let this one go, and I'll have to just chalk this one up. And then the fucking bikini chick came into my feed, and I went, nope. Okay, I can't hide anymore. I can't be lazy. I can't.
Can't we just be a society that doesn't give a fuck? Like, I don't care what other people do. What makes you happy? If you are gay and want to get married to your gay partner, I don't give a shit. It does not affect me.
Yeah.
Nobody that I've ever asked has been able to tell me how any of this stuff affects them personally. How does it affect you? Because of your church? I mean, personally, how does it affect you?
Right.
Right? How does any of this stuff affect you? It doesn't.
Yeah.
It does not affect you. And then you're just teaching hate to your kids.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. No one can answer the simple question, how does it affect you, and what reasoning do you have to like have this stance? It doesn't make any sense other than church Bible things It doesn't make any sense. It drives me absolutely crazy. Who cares?
It's not like they're getting free marriage licenses, right? So the
Oh no! What?
And I'm being like funny, haha.
They were able to get on each other's insurance. Yeah. Oh God, that's gonna really affect you.
Oh shit!
It makes absolutely zero.
Well, there's
logic.
all kinds of tax loopholes for same-sex partnerships that I don't have as a hetero. No,
it's the same rules.
It's the same shit. They're paying taxes. They're paying for the licenses. They're paying the insurance. The same. Like
nothing's different. And how does it affect you?
Yeah. Oh, well,
you had to see them in a car together?
Yeah.
Or they walked into Target together?
They were holding hands.
Oh,
they had a love peck. And that doesn't work for me.
They adopted a child that you weren't willing to adopt? Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
Like, no one can answer this simple question. How does it affect you? They can never answer this question.
Did it increase your water bill, your electric bill, your garbage bill, your mortgage, your car payment? No? Well, then let it fucking go.
Have some less fucks because it doesn't matter to you. It literally does not affect your life. Period.
None.
Zero effect on your life. And then, like I said, you're just passing that hate down. Your kids, whether you like it or not, are watching every fucking move you make. And they go, oh, mom and dad say this. Well, they must be bad. And now I'm thinking the same shit. And now I'm going to be that way too. Guess what? That's how you perpetuate hate in our fucking society.
The snowball continues to roll.
They can never answer the question. It's bonkers. I really struggle with that. When people start talking about this stuff, God damn, it really pisses me off.
It's like Pete Hegseth says.
To quote the great Pete Hegseth.
Clean-shaven operators are just more efficient than bearded ones. Don't ask me.
Is he talking about the porn industry?
Yeah. Don't ask me to show you the stats because they've deleted them if there were any.
Oh, God.
Data is not fun.
Data is never on their side. That's why they want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
All of the data.
And I only came up with most of this stuff because I don't have a job. But I was like, hey, I'm putting cycles into this to knock this out.
So are you planning on going to a meeting? Or are you just...
I haven't
Are
checked.
you busy on Wednesdays? Or whatever day it is. Oh, it is Wednesday, right?
No, I think that theirs are last Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday?
I think it's the first and last Tuesday of every month.
Well, God
so I
damn
may
it.
have missed
yesterday. So now you got to wait.
But even then, yeah, I don't know. I have to keep tabs on it. Yesterday is busy.
Well,
but
all right.
Hey, I mean,
if you tell me you're going to go, I might even go just to see. I want to see you sweat because I know you.
In something that
you have passion about,
right?
Then it's easy.
Yes. Ingress, move past.
Sure.
Like there's some things where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some things just transcend. This is awkward, and I shouldn't be here. No, I don't know these people. Passion and a belief fundamentally in something so strong, like moves it. No, I don't care. Like, where do I sign? Do I have 3 minutes or 90 seconds? Because I'm prepared. Let's do the thing. Let's fucking go.
That's one of the things I do enjoy is watching videos of people going to city council meetings and school boards.
I mean, if anything, if I keep up on it, maybe I'll catch someone getting down to their bikini. Free boobies.
Well, I enjoy that. Watching these videos of people going in and speaking very eloquently to some of these boards and getting their point across in a very pointed way is fascinating.
Yeah.
And I'm not much of a public speaker. I mean, I screwed up my my speech at Chandler's wedding real bad.
So
I'm not much of a public speaker. I sort of black out. Like, it's weird. Like,
you didn't have notes, though.
No, I didn't.
Right.
Because I wasn't sure what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, if you were doing it from the hip, well, then, yeah.
I was doing it from the hip. And then
already...
I lost track. Yeah, it was not what I wanted to do.
Hey, man.
I got halfway there. Let me just say
Did
that.
you?
Yeah.
Well, if you would have had cards, you would have been fine.
Like doing where you had to do reports and stuff and stand up in front of class. Oh, that was the worst.
Yeah.
That was the worst. I did not enjoy that. I did take acting classes in junior college.
Yeah.
That was fascinating, but man, going up on stage and doing the part, if you were a lead, was really, it would take me a bunch of time to get over that. I was not a natural for sure from a stage fright standpoint.
Yeah.
So I would love to see you do that shit.
I have no problems. But it's the catching lightning in the bottle on the event.
On the date.
Right. Because
wait.
Here's the vindictive part of me. I don't want to go and say this when other parents don't get up there and fearmonger. I want to follow someone that wants to get up there and get down to their fucking skivvies or try and scare people or be transphobic. So that way I can...
I thought that when people got up to talk, it was on a specific topic. So...
There are two spaces.
Okay.
Like in the Davis case...
it was a general...
There is a public comment.
Okay.
And then they have, once they get into their agenda with the policy stuff,
then that's when they invite people for those.
They also come back and they say, do you want to speak on this policy?
Mm-hmm.
Here's right.
So it's two different times.
Yes.
And you would be looking not for the general time. You would be looking for the...
Yes, I'm looking...
The specific...
I would be looking to catch those two policies that were on the... meeting then
hopefully follow somebody who was like stripping down to a bikini to protest.
To respond to like, well, I brought a tangerine Speedo, but instead I decided to speak. Tangerine la 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 la.
I want to see this. And if you don't let me know before you go, you're fired from the show.
If I catch it, I will tell people.
All right,
because there are a number of people that would probably also just show up. There are a couple like band moms that I'm sure would be like...
I've never had a desire to go to one of these meetings.
Right.
But I would go for this show.
Yeah.
I would go for this show in particular.
And for the
I'm not talking about
seven people behind me, when I get done, please do not pop champagne corks. Calm the fuck down. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah.
But you can't get down to your tangerine Speedos.
Oh.
Anyway, we are 100% out of time, sir.
Okay. All right.
On that note, oh man, I'm totally out of cue cards. You should return the cart.
Should wash your ass.
Wash your hands.
Check your oil, Tony.
Stay up to date on your shots.
Make the call if you need to.
Register to vote and vote, please.
Gosh.
Pick up a broom, wear a helmet.
Do the kindness.
And we'll catch you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.